Hey guys, what's going on? It is the Schrothinator here, and I am here to talk about EA Sports UFC 2. Now, there was a big article written by Mike Bone MMA. I will put a link to the tweet in the description below, or the article, whatever I can get access to easier. I'll make sure you guys get to read that entire thing, because it is a work of art, that article is. He tells you a lot. He tells you some of the fighters that are in the game, including CM Punk. Yes, CM Punk is confirmed going to be on the roster, according to Mike Bone MMA's article. And he's going to be on the roster, not like DLC. He's actually going to be on the starting roster, is what it seems like. Now, they talked about Sage. I believe I saw something about Sage Northcutt somewhere on Twitter with him, and he's going to be like the first DLC. That's something I heard. I don't know if that's confirmed, but he's going to be in like the first DLC is what I heard. Now, some things that Mike Bone MMA talked about in that article. He was the first person outside of EA, outside of the Game Changers, to go ahead and play it, see what it's like. Obviously, it's not done yet, but it's still a work in progress, but it's getting there. I mean, not too much longer now is it going to be until it's finished, because, the release date is March 21st. That is confirmed by EA themselves. Look on their website somewhere under the UFC game, and it'll say March 21st is their official release date. If you want to pre-order the game, I believe you can on Xbox One and PS4 if you want to. I myself am going to be pre-ordering it on my PlayStation 4. As soon as midnight hits, I'm going to start streaming that for you guys, in case you guys don't have it, in case you guys, just simply want to see it, whatever the case may be. I'm going to be streaming it at midnight, the night it comes out. Now, some other fighters he mentioned were like Thomas Almeida, Aljamain Sterling. I know he confirmed on Twitter, not in the article, but he did confirm Nick Diaz will be on the roster. So any of you that were wondering if Nick Diaz will be on the roster because of the suspension, he will be on the roster. I mean, there's some guys I never even heard of. I didn't even know. I didn't even know how to pronounce their name. I had no idea who they were. One person in particular, I'm very surprised they put in the game, and I am very happy they did, is Rustam Khabilov. If you guys don't know who he is, he did pretty good against Ben Henderson in real life. They fought, and Ben Henderson, I believe it was like the 4th or 5th round, he got a rear naked choke on Khabilov pretty fast in that round. But, I mean, Rustam Khabilov's maybe not one of my favorite lightweights, but I mean, I'm a pretty big fan of him, and I can't wait to start using him. If you guys are wondering what CM Punk's overall will be, I can't help you there. I don't know, because I don't know if they're going to overhype him and put him in the game so that people will be more likely to use him just because he has a higher overall, or if they'll give him a low overall because he's never fought, or they'll just give him a decent overall, which is what I think they'll do. I think they'll give him a decent overall to the point where he's not terrible, but he's definitely not overpowered in any sort of aspect, which is good. Which is, of course, again, hopefully that's how it is. Now, I do know something about overalls. Just this one thing that I know about overalls is that Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson will have the highest overall in the entire game. That is confirmed. He will, as of before DLC, of course, he will have the highest overall in the game. And it's well-deserved. I mean, he has the highest... I mean, he's just overall the best fighter on this entire planet right now. Nobody can touch him in that flyweight division. I mean, just a lot of stuff to talk about. The guy talked about how Ultimate Team is going to make a great impact on the series. He talked about how career mode is extremely better. It's just so much better than last year. And you guys know I'm a huge fan of the career modes. And in the last UFC game, it was one of the biggest disappointments I've ever had. One of the biggest letdowns in video games history for me, for personally me. I was so upset about it because the AI was terrible. Single player was just unplayable, basically. He said that, some stuff that we already know. If you train too hard, you can't get injured during training and stuff. During fights, I don't know. And also, one thing I also wanted to say is about the leg kick TKOs. Those are back. You are now able to get leg kick TKOs. So that means the striking has to have changed drastically, because you see how I've been destroying GSP's leg here in this fight. Both legs pretty much I've been destroying. His leg would have gotten TKO'd in the first round probably, with the way I've been fighting and shit. So it's got to be much, much better for the striking. Otherwise, TKOs are going to happen left and right. It's going to happen almost every other match, basically. Now, another thing is the ground game. See, hold on. Let's see if he'll dive into my guard. Hopefully he'll transition. Will he not? No, okay, he stood up. Never mind. All right, so I was going to try to show you, if you take someone down, and let's just say I'm in the guard of George St. Pierre, and I'm trying to pass the half guard, no longer will he have to wait and either try to block it or just let me pass. He can start moving freely as I'm moving. I don't know how well that's going to work out, but it sounds like it's going to be a lot more complicated, but that's the point, I think. I think it's going to be a lot more fun, a lot more fair, and a lot more realistic. Because the ground game in this game was the most broken part about it. It's just so bad. And for all of you people that don't understand about the death rocks and shit, those have to be in an MMA game. Otherwise, the MMA game is no longer realistic. You can't just all the time be like, oh, he has to have his red all the way. His head has to be all the way red in order to knock him out. In real life, you saw it. Conor McGregor, Jose Aldo, flash knockout, quote unquote. Just hit him with one punch and it was over. That can happen in real life, and I want to see that happen in a video game. This game, however, executed them poorly. It just happened boom, that hook could have knocked him out, which is realistic. But at the same time, you have something like fucking boom, that front kick just landed fucking perfect. That should have knocked him out if that right hook would have, you know what I mean? Or knocked him down at least. It's going to be a lot better in the next game. Martial Mind, when he last played it, he said he gave the stand-up a 6 and the ground game a 9, which means they've got to improve. They've really got to improve the stand-up game. But the ground game, it seems pretty solid as of right now. Event mode. I did not get a reply on Twitter. I tried to ask before I made this video, how many fights can you get on a fight card in event mode? I don't know anything about event mode, at all, really. Other than it's not a calendar year, and then you make events based off the calendar year. That would be a GM mode, not an event mode. Event mode is just one event, and after that event's over, whatever happened in that event is irrelevant. You know what I mean? But, of course, I'll be doing, if you guys are a fan of my interactive universe on WWE 2K16, I will be doing something like that again on the next UFC game, which, of course, is EA Sports UFC 2, comes out March 21st. A big goal of mine is to be a game changer for EA Sports UFC 3. I'm pretty tight with Jazz on Twitter. Tight with MMA Game, Martial Mind, I talk to them a lot. Those are two of the game changers, and I hope to be a game changer for the next game because I think my input would be very well appreciated if I were to be chosen for all this. And, alright, so thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Also, comment. Let me know what you think about all this news, about all this stuff. Again, I'll post the article in the description below, and, of course, subscribe. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.